about time. How can that be here? It just doesn't look right.
The wind blew it up against the hill and it ended up there.
It's incredible looking. Faisal must have blew him away a little bit.
His description of it, he said, I looked at it on Google Earth before I flew over here. He says that if I zoom in, it looks like Saudi Arabia. Good idea.
When I asked who I'm riding with, Rocky Senior here, he said that I should ride with him. That's probably the safest place to be, because apparently he comes flying over everybody else. So
Yeah.
if I'm sitting with him, that's
Bag with tools.
the best place to be.
Bag with tools.
This is also probably the most topped up machine here, right, Rocky?
Yeah, this one's probably got the highest boost.
That's where I want to be.
You bet.
This is it, Rob.
Wait to me. Boys, wait till you see what's over behind this trailer out there. It's kind of nuts looking. Our Saudi Arabian friend here, he's right at home, except for the colder weather. But we'll go over these when we're out there. This is the one we built yesterday. 1000 with the turbo kit and the arms, a whole bunch of stuff. It's getting some shock work done a little later on. You've seen this, anybody who's into Razor. And this has been in all their latest magazines all over the net. See this one? That's a 4-seater. Jared's driving that. And then we're gonna have some fun in this. We're gonna go hit some whoops first, and then we're gonna do some, there's a jump or something, right?
Yeah, we'll just, hit a whoop, hit a few whoops and a few jumps. And
You know, this is new to us. We're like flatline guys. I have not seen that much sand since last time I was in an airplane over a desert.
there you go.
Yeah,
Well,
we don't get this back home.
There's some things that the sand has in common with the snow, which is what you're familiar with.
Yeah.
And so a few safety tips while you're out here is the light gets flat and you can't see. You know how when you're in the snow
Yeah.
and you can't tell what the shape is?
Right.
That happens out here. You can drive right into sand that you can't see because it looks like it's part of the sand behind it or whatever. Or you can drive right off of something because it looks like the sand keeps going, but it doesn't. And so certain light conditions, you want to be really, really careful to never outdrive what you know you can see. And
That's good. Well, maybe what we'll do is we'll do a bit of a powwow out there, do a little safety thing, and we'll tell people about how to drive the dunes.
yeah,
Basically, that'd be a good idea. Or do you want to do that right here?
we just did it. That's it. You guys got it? Did you hear that? That's all you get.
All right, that's awesome. Let's ride. Come on, slackers. Basil. You keep walking further away from your machine. What do you think, big guy?
Let's get some sand in our teeth.
Get some sand in our teeth. So you're going in, Keely's riding with Jared, basically in the station wagon of the sand duning machines.
The fun car is what this is.
I bet it is. It looks like a lot of fun. Look at that.
Here we are. End of the day.
End of the day.
St. Anthony Sand Dunes.
Well, we got to thank you very much for inviting us out here. This has been an incredible experience. A lot of people I know have never ridden dunes before, and the first few minutes is a real eye-opener.
Yeah.
Especially riding with you guys. You guys are wicked pros.
Yeah, it's fun out here.
It is completely fun. When you're cresting, you come up to the top of a dune, you don't see what's on the other side, and it sort of peaks like this, and you just fall over the other side. It's not a normal feeling. It's,
Better than a roller coaster.
Totally
Out
is.
here. It's just, I don't think it's as safe as a roller coaster. Roller coasters are made to be safe.
Yeah.
But
Well, it's like anything else. It's your foot that usually controls the safety aspect of everything. And your brain a little bit. It tells your foot what to do.
depending on the driver a lot, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you've been a very brave passenger today.
Yeah, no, I'm all in. All in all the time.
Yeah.
So, tell us about this rig, because we've been driving this all day, and it is an awesome performer. It looks great, but everything that you've done to it it's not your standard 4-seat RZR.
Right. So we've got all sorts of stuff. Started with a 2014 XP 1000. Is that what they call them?
Yeah.
And then you just start putting it together, piece at a time. The main components I think are the turbo, of course, and just a little bit of engine work to hold up to the horsepower, and then sand tires. For out here, sand tires is, for most people, I'm sure that would be the most important. First thing would be the sand tires. And then from there, you just start, doing things like everybody wants to do a cage and lights. That's the really cool stuff.
Right.
And then we go, we find it really useful to do better shocks. The shocks that it comes with are awesome. But
Oh, I'm telling you, the way this thing handles the bumps out there, incredible.
yeah,
I was waiting for hard hits in the whoops. Just didn't happen.
it's
Didn't
just
happen.
awesome.
Soaked them all up.
And so, and then the full suspension package, A-arms and radius rods and all of that stuff, front and rear. That kind of stuff, it's nice. These front A-arms move the tires forward 2 inches, and so for the 4-seater, that's not a real big issue. It gives you a little more tire clearance for when the tires are really using their full travel, so that they don't come up into the fenders. And that's when that comes in real handy. So,
But
seats.
they give you a little extra clearance too for cresting these, or does it really matter that much?
Well,
Because you're riding the top of these dunes, right?
Well, yeah. So they're high clearance arms.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you can see this, like down, it's got
Yeah.
this clearance, and this helps. It's not dragging in the sand as much, and it's a really good, nice feature for the rocks if you're in rocks and different things. But the list of stuff we put on the car, seats and seat belts, and clutching, and bigger radiator, and all of this stuff is just individual components that can be added. None of it's really necessary in itself, except for certain conditions where the guy might decide that's what's good for him and that's what he needs.
The bully dog, with your custom tunes.
Yeah, that's a really cool feature, being able to reflash the ECU with the bully dog, and so we can move the rev limiter and the speed limiter, and we can change timing and adjust fuel, and so we put all that together and we do all that work, and it's just in a nice little email that we can send to the owner of the gauge and the reflash bully dog, and then they just just install it.
The timing aspect of and all that intimidates a lot of people when they start thinking about timing and whatnot. But you've done all the homework on it, and this is your test ground. It's your playground, but it's also where you come to test all this stuff.
Right. Yeah. So they don't have to know anything or do anything. I mean, all they have to do, all anybody has to do is just install it. It's all set up. And for instance, we installed one today in a 4-seater that was really running good last time it was out here. It's turboed, sand tires, roll cage, all the cool stuff, but it didn't have the bully dog on it. And we put the bully dog on it today, and
Everything was ripping.
he gained like 400 RPMs, and it just made the car just clean running and fast, and so it's just a reflash on top of an already very high performance razor.
There's some serious power in these machines.
There is, and basically we're in the neighborhood of doubling the horsepower, give or take. I mean, that's kind of where these things really come alive and start wanting to run good. And if you think about it, the size of the vehicle and the weight of the vehicle, and it comes with however many horsepower it is, and it's a little bit underpowered for sand dunes. I mean, it's got plenty. These come with plenty of power to go up a Jeep road or something like that in the mountains. But when you get out and you start running at speeds in the desert, and you start running sand dunes and that kind of thing, you can use the power.
Soaks
And
it up.
it's fun to use.
4 of us in that, 4 full-grown men, most of them mentally grown up, and with our gear, pulling us up all this stuff. Incredible.
Yeah.
And to see you working in your shop, all you guys, as a pretty tight unit, very professional, very refreshing to see, actually.
Thanks.
So thank you very much for the time here and at BoonDocker. And we're going to go over some of the other rigs too, because each one of them has its own little special features. Because you have your own personal ride as well, which is just a monster. That thing's great. Jarrett loves this thing. He likes a school bus. He says all the kids have fun in the school bus. And one of my first inclination wouldn't be to buy the 4-seater. I just it's a longer thing, but it's a beast. It does anything.
Yeah, it handles the bumps because it's longer.
Yeah.
It'll go through the bumps smoother and cleaner, and it's easier to jump because it's longer. Yeah. Shorter wheelbase, you got to be more precise about your jumping. This thing's very forgiving. Yeah. And so
he was jumping like an animal plant.
Yeah, it was awesome. This is the one you want to jump. The 4-seaters are very popular, and not just to carry extra passengers, but or to carry the family, but for a performance vehicle, they're very popular. Now, they're not the fastest car. The 2-seaters are lighter and going to be faster, but when they're as fast as these are, you can do a 4-seater. Yeah. Guys are racing 4-seaters in the desert, and taking the back seats out and doing whatever they do, and then
they're liking that stability of it, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Well, a very eye-opening experience. Like I say, perfect way to end it.
Yeah. The sun is gone.
This is just awesome. Yeah, it just went down.
Look at that blue sky.
Look at the mountains. We were talking earlier. Rocky mentioned next time you guys come, you got to bring something with a longer lens, telephoto lens. Everything we do back home, we can't see this far. We never get to see this far unless you're on top of the CN Tower or in a plane flying over the city or something. We don't get to see this kind of distance.
It's pretty flat. Is that why?
It's trees.
Flat trees. Just flat ground and trees.
Trees, yeah. I mean, you can get in a little power line, and the power line is just basically a trench through the trees, right?
Yeah.
That's all you're riding. You don't. Maybe out in the prairies you'd get this, but that's not where we're from. So we never get to see this kind of thing.
Well, there's this huge valley, and it kind of comes into a bowl, and so those mountains and those mountains kind of bring it up, and those mountains meet. You can kind of see, and this is the end of this, this I'm not even sure what they call it, but it goes like clear to Las Vegas or something. Clear to Reno.
Yeah.
No, it does. I mean, it's just this big valley, and I think that's why this sand kind of ends up here, is because it can't make it over the mountains.
Yep. So thank you very much, sir. And I hope you have us back out here again.
Well, of course.
Yeah.
You have to come out here.
Oh, good.
Again.
It's a deal. It's a deal.
Yeah. It's been good. It's been really good. Thank you for coming, and it's always fun to share, with others. Things,
That's
our
all
backyard, our playground, and, toys, and just it's been great. Thank you for coming.
Not a problem at all. I guess we should wrap it up. We got to get back to the trucks and get back and debrief. All right. He's a good-looking machine. It's so nice they stay clean. You don't really have to go. You just blow the dirt off, blow the sand off, and you get back.
Yeah, this and snowmobiling. It's clean sports.